So hi and welcome to another Tech Tuesday. As you know, on these we do technology reviews generally on gaming peripherals like these mice here from SteelSeries. If you'd like me to take a look at anything, put it in the comments below and I'll have a look. So today we're looking at the Sensei 310 versus the Rival 310. These mice are very similar. They use most of the same technology, including the sensors. The only difference is this is an ambidextrous one, which is the Sensei, and the Rival 310 is a right-handed mouse. So we're going to go ahead and unbox these, then I'm going to show you some gameplay using Battlefield 4 just to show you how these play out on my Logitech PowerPlay mouse mat here, and just give you an idea of what they feel like, what the differences are, pros and cons. So let's start with the Rival. Nice packaging here from SteelSeries. Cute. Rise up. The mouse itself, packaging, and the Rival manual. So both these mice are optical. They've got the True Move 3 sensor. They're a 12,000 DPI. It starts at 100 and you can go to 1200 in 100 increments. You say it's got a 350 IPS tracking, 5G on the QCK performance mats. The mouse itself is 88 grams. It's got a USB cable length of 2 meters. This isn't braided though, this is just a rubber cable, which disappoints me a bit with SteelSeries. You've got your left and right mouse button here, DPI button, scroll wheel that goes forwards and backwards and down. On the left hand side of the mouse you've got the 2 buttons here, forward and backwards. A nice rubber texture here. A few people have said this is quite hard, but to me this feels pretty soft. You've got 3 pads on the feet, SteelSeries logo, and you've got a pinky pad here on the right hand side of the mouse, again with the same texture, like a soft rubber. So this comes in at a length of 128mm by a height of 42mm, and it has 3 widths. The front width here is 57mm, the middle width around here is 62mm, and the rear width is 70mm. Different sizes here, you can see it's kind of tapered. You can tell on the top front camera there, but you can see it here. It is tapered. It's a 6-button mouse. It's got 2 independent RGB lighting zones, 1 on the rear, and 1 I'm assuming on the scroll wheel, which looks like it here. They're rocking the Omron 50 million click switches. The tactile feedback here feels pretty much like the SteelSeries 700 and 500 on the left and right. Quite a light actuation on the left and right. And the sides feel very positive as well. This one's designed for a palm and claw grip, right-handed only. The mouse does feel light though. And not bad quality from SteelSeries. These both come in at $59.99, they're both the same price. So let's take up the Sensei 310. Packaging wise is exactly the same. So they both contain this prism lighting effect here, which you can see. And this basically allows them to sync with other devices like the mouse pads from QCK as well, which SteelSeries make. They're both optical and both got a split trigger configuration. So packaging wise, these look absolutely identical, the same inners. So once unboxed, the Sensei looks relatively similar to the Rival 310 as you'd expect. It's less tapered. It looks very even on both sides here. It's got the rubber coating pads down the side on the left and the right hand side here. It's got slightly smaller switches though on the sides here compared to the 310 Rival. Feeling wise, both got the AMRAM 50 million click switches. Scroll wheel is identical. It's got a 3-pad configuration on the bottom, which looks pretty much the same as well. If you compare these together here, it's got slightly bigger pads on the back here, the Sensei, and a slightly more narrow front pad. They are looking pretty similar. You can see here they've got a narrower pad here for your left or for your right finger, your thumb. On the opposite side here, so they've got a slightly different configuration. Over the top of each other, I'm not able to tell much difference. They look very, again, side by side, slightly different shape, slightly more curved in. The Rival here on the right, on the side, slightly chopped in, whereas this is a bit more square, flat base, the Sensei. Both come with a 2 meter cable, very similar lengths. It weighs in at 92 grams, so it's a little bit heavy by 4 grams over the Rival. So the length here of the Sensei is 125 millimeters, which is a little bit shorter than the Rival, and the height is 39 millimeters, so it's a little bit lower down profile wise. Sensei here on the left, you can see it's slightly lower, a bit hard for me to show you, but it is certainly flatter. So the width of the Sensei is 61 millimeters on the front side, on the middle it's 62 millimeters, and on the rear it's 70 millimeters. So this one tended to be a little bit fatter as it went down. This one tends to be a bit more even, as you can tell here by the shapes. They've both got the same kind of rear. This one's kind of sloped off both at the sides, and this one's sloped off at like an angle here from the Rival. This one's ambidextrous. It comes with the 2 additional buttons. It's got 8 buttons. This one's got 6. Again, it comes with 2 RGB lighting zones. You've got the scroll wheel, and you've got the rear logo here from SteelSeries. So the Sensei here is also for the fingertip and claw configuration, and the Rival here is for the claw and palm configuration for the way you hold it. So that'll be interesting to see what the difference is like when you're actually playing it. So let's now get into the configuration on the software, so if there's any differences there. Okay, so taking a look at the software, they're both going to use the same. You go to SteelSeries.com, go to software. These both work on the Mac, Windows and Linux. They work on all operating systems, which is pretty good. Download the exe or SteelSeries Engine 3. Install the software as you would. We'll take a look at the Rival 310 first. You got the CPI down here, which is more the sensitivity. It goes all the way up to 1200. Say these are 1200 Dpi mice. So we'll set this one down to 600, which is where I tend to like to play on a hard map. So 600 Dpi. I don't know what sensitivity 1 and 2 is. That may be what you flip with the Dpi button here. I'm not going to do any acceleration. These are one-to-one true sensors. They have no hardware acceleration in them for either of them. On each side, you've got the button assignment here. I'm just going to pick primary here because I'm going to use it for Battlefield. And a keyboard function. So number 1 primary and secondary number 2. Launch applications, record some other stuff. So 1 and 2. I can already tell straight off the mouse. Off the bat, this mouse is a little bit big for me. Let's see. Your configuration here for RGB, shift in 10 seconds, or color configuration, whatever speed you want. Put it a little bit lower so you can see it cycle a bit quicker. Not bad, it's probably going to get a little bit annoying after a bit. You can do the same for the scroll wheel, which you can, so put it back to 10 seconds here for the logo. Excellent acceleration, you've got the pull rates on 1000 already, so it can be 125 up to 1000, 250, 500, 1000. Quite standard for mice at the moment. Increments of only 100, so we can't do 650, which is a bit of a letdown. Some of the mice like Razors will let you do 50 increments, this one won't. So that could be a bit of a problem. I generally run about 550, 600, so I'm kind of in between on this one at the moment. And that's it, that's all you can do with this software. Okay, so switch them over here, we're now on the Sensei 310. Let's just take a look and see what differences we have here, if any. Again, DPI is 600, again you can only go up in 100 increments, not 50s. Looking overall, these look as expected, exactly the same, pull rate's the same, logo is going to be the same, all the same configuration. Again, I'm going to set the buttons here to my keyboard configuration for primary and secondary. One thing you notice here is the buttons are a little bit louder, I think, on this one than the Rival 310. Let me know in the comments what you think. Left side, got right side here. I'll leave the right hand side unconfigured because I'm not going to use it for Battlefield, but I will use it for other games like PUG, Battlegrounds, where I'll use them for grenades and things. Check out some of my gameplay for PlayerUnknown if you want to see that on my channel. So let's get ahead and play some Battlefield. One of the first things you'll notice is that the one main gripe I've got about both these mice is, like I said, they have braided cables. Overall, I don't mind that, but I do think at this premium level at 60 quid a piece, they should come with that. I don't understand why they don't. So other than the braided cable, I've got really no issues with them. Some good points are it's a 2 meter cable, which is good. Of course, I generally give quite a smaller version cable, and Razer give you about a 2 meter cable. Boom. I do like the rubber sides on these mice, and the build quality is good. I like the way that hey, screen. You know, the quality of these mice are good. I like the rubber side, like I said. Front and back button wise, they're a little bit harder to press on this Rival when they're actually using them as a game mouse. They're not as soft as you'd expect to press. They have a little bit, it takes a bit of effort to push to depress them, I guess. Come on. The overall build quality on these is really good. They've got quite a nice plastic feel to them. With the rubber texture. So some of the key differences here. We'll go through the shape first. Against each other, and then we'll move a little bit further on. I think so, my old China. So the Rival is a lot larger. It certainly feels larger in your hand over the Sensei. Definitely. So if you like a smaller mouse, the Rival one is a larger version here, and it's definitely tapered to a right-handed person. So if you're left-handed, you don't want the Rival. You want the Sensei. The side buttons on the Rival are significantly larger, again, than the Sensei. This gives it a little bit of an advantage that they're easier to find. Sensei ones are quite small and difficult to reach. You could miss them. The Sensei definitely has a low profile body to it. Certainly my preference. If I was going to pick one, I would prefer the Sensei just because of the lower body. Although the Rival's not uncomfortable, it does feel like it's pushing my hand back a little bit into the body of it. I play with a kind of, I say a palm claw grip. It kind of mixes depending on what I'm doing. If I'm doing desktop work, it's a palm. If I'm doing gaming, it turns into a bit more of a finger claw grip, I guess. Let me know in the comments which grip you think I'm playing with. How does the Rival feel in my hand at the moment? I haven't tried the Sensei one yet, but the feels nice. No complaints on how it feels in my hand. It is a little bit big for me, for my preference. Definitely.
We have taken objective butter.
Alright now then. Okay. Yeah, there you are, man. Trucker. How does the Rival feel at 600 DPI? It's nice. Compared to my Logitech, it feels very similar. It feels like most mice are at 600 DPI. It's a nice sensor at the minute. Okay, so I switched across now to the Sensei. So this one's going to play like. Same DPI, 600. Already feels a little bit quicker on the map. The Sensei. I don't know why. And this is a slightly heavier mouse at 4 grams. It feels a little bit heavy in the hand, but on the mat it does feel. Whoa, my old China there. I just feel quicker on the mat straight off the bat. I don't know why. I feel like I could probably lift this one a little bit more compared to the Rival. I do like the shape. It just feels slightly tapered on the inside of your finger, but that's more the shape of the Ambidextrous, I think. It is equal on both sides. It just feels like on the left side it is pushing it out a little bit, I guess. On the bottom of my finger. I don't know if I like the shape in my hand. See, I'm struggling there to try and get an aim on him. I don't know why. It just feels a bit weird, like this side here. Just seems to push out into my little finger a bit. Makes it a bit awkward. Whereas the Rival was a bit better tapered, shape-wise. It's a bit of a compromise there having an ambidextrous mouse. It's got a bit of a fat booty. Click-wise, the mice click, although they're the same Omron switches, the buttons feel a bit better on this, a bit more there. Hard to explain. Because of the length of the button on the Rival, the Sensei's got a nicer click to it because it's a shorter plastic button. You can certainly tell that off the bat, even though they're the same switches. That shape makes a difference, really. I wouldn't have thought of that. But I've got to be honest, I don't know. I'm having trouble using this one. I was more accurate, I felt, with the Rival. It feels a little bit more twitchy than 600 DPI, even though they're the same sensor. I don't know whether that's because of the shape or the way it glides on the map. Buttons, like I said, on this one are a bit closer on the sides here. They're a lot easier to reach. Front and back. The more in my position where I would want them on my hand, I can just rock my finger backwards and forwards and get the desired 1-2 there on my primary, secondary. Whereas I can't do that on the Rival. So I guess I'm kind of in between on these mice. Which one would be my preference? Sensor-wise, feels very accurate. It's an optical sensor here. It's one of the best from oh, I missed that. How did I miss that? One of the best, I think, from the SteelSeries at the minute. I am having a bit of an issue. I'm in the legs. Bit of an issue tracking with this Sensei, which surprises me because I thought this would be my preference straight off the bat if I could have picked one. Now I'm playing with them. I think I'm preferring the Rival at the moment. Can I tell the difference with the 4 grams in weight? Not a chance. Both feel pretty damn similar. Both move around nicely on the map. I think the Rival definitely feels light when you hand off the bat.
We have taken
Picked them up, but on the map, both days very similar. Hello, my friend. Burn, baby, burn. Lighting, they both got the same lighting zones for RGB. They both got the same software functions. There's no difference there in those either. Scroll wheels on both of these are identical. Both in a nice position. DPI buttons in a nice position. I think your choice is going to come down to the shape, whether you want 2 additional buttons on the side, like I probably would prefer for other customized weapons, for like a grenade or something like that. Or I think it's going to come down to the weight. I'm having issues more with this one to hit. Maybe that would just be a bit of a time thing. Maybe over time you would get used to it. Nice chaos around there. I can't aim with this Sensei. I do not know why. I'm really struggling here with the Sensei. The Rival to me felt a lot better. So there's very little difference on this. You're looking either at the side buttons, you're looking at the shape of it. It's probably going to be the slight difference. They've got the same sensor, although I feel the Rival tracks slightly better at the minute, or it works better to my advantage. Maybe a lower DPI on the Sensei. Let's drop the DPI on it to 500 on the Sensei. So I've dropped the DPI down now to 500 on this Sensei. Obviously, I was playing on the Rival at 600. Maybe the wider body helped some of the movement. This one made it a little bit twitchy on. What? Is he bugging out? Is that why? Alright, he's lagging out. Well, my accuracy doesn't feel as good on this. This one definitely not. Although I headshot that guy. I didn't body shot him. One of the differences here, maybe against some of the other mice rather than against each other, is the Dpi Selection. Again, you can only knock it down in hundreds, not 50s. That to me is a little bit of an issue. You should be able to bring it down at least in 50s as a minimum there. I think hundreds a little bit of a large change. I'm really struggling with this Sensei though. Feels a little bit less twitchy on 500 DPI. I think for me, if I was going to pick one, I would pick the Rival. Although I don't particularly like the shape, so I probably won't pick either of these at the minute. I'd stick with my G903, which I know is in a bit of a different league given the price of it. Or I'd look at the Razer Lancehead. I like that one at the minute. I miss that guy then. Thank you. Whereas Lancehead, about the same price, probably about 20 quid dearer. My days, that was slightly off, see?
We have taken objective Duff.
It'll just take a bit getting used to him. Definitely a lot slower at moving tracking here. To try and get used to the, I don't know, the feel of it. It's weird. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed these. If you want to see some more of these, hit the like button. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Anyway, and I will catch you all again later. Thank you, bye bye. God damn. Wow, suck it. See what I mean?